This was my disastrous Pavlova. To start making the Pavlova, we need to start with the eggs. Get yourself 2 small bowls and the eggs. For this recipe, you will need 6 eggs. Glove up and start separating the eggs. A bowl for your whites and a bowl for your yolks. By the way, I made an interesting video about how to separate your eggs. If you're interested in that, I will leave it in the link down in the description. And even if you made a mistake by cracking some yolks into your egg white, no worries. You can always take it out by using a spoon. Same with the eggshell. It happens to everyone, even your best YouTube chef. Do whatever you think is suitable with the egg yolks. For this recipe, we will only need egg whites. After you finish separating your eggs, set your oven temperature to 390 degrees Fahrenheit, which is about 200 degrees Celsius, and leave it to warm up. Now it's time to get your stand mixer out, and the attachment we will need is the whisk attachment. Add in your egg white into the mixer bowl. Then start whisking on high. You should whisk your eggs until you form a stiff peak. During this process, at different stages, you need to add some baker's sugar or caster sugar. 1 cup, which is about 200 grams. You can do that by slowing the speed of the mixer without stopping, and then adding a little bit of the sugar, then increasing the speed too fast. I did that in 3 stages. Once you get your stiff peak, this is what it should look like. Get your bowl. Then add in 1 tablespoon of cornstarch, followed by 1 teaspoon of vinegar. I used apple cider vinegar. You can use any vinegar you have, even lemon juice. A teaspoon. Mix all that in using a rubber spatula. Get your oven tray and line it up with some parchment paper, making sure it's on the correct size. Crumble your parchment paper, then straighten it out. This will ensure the parchment paper will not go anywhere. Then pour in your mixture. On the internet, I have seen many shapes of Pavlova: rings, minis, and volcano. For us, we will simply shape it into a regular circle, or what resembles a cake. Even it out. And now we are ready for baking. Into the oven it goes. But before we add it in, reduce your oven temperature to 210 Fahrenheit, which is about 100 degrees Celsius, and bake it for 1.5 hours. Once the cooking time is over, leave it in the oven overnight. Or if you're making it in the morning and you have planned to serve it in the evening during dinner, you can leave it a minimum of 8 hours. This is what you should end up with after the 1.5 hour. Once the 8 hour is up or overnight is done, and about an hour before serving, get back to your mixer. Again with a whisk attachment. Add in to your mixer bowl about 16 ounces of heavy cream, which is about half a liter. To that, we're going to add a 1/4 cup of some caster sugar or baker's sugar, which is about 50 grams, and a dash of vanilla extract. Whisk all those ingredients together until you form a cream consistency. Just like that. That looks spreadable. And now, this is where disaster struck. I tapped it gently with my finger, thinking it was stiff and tough enough to move. I thought it was safe to handle. How wrong I was. The moment I started just to lift the parchment paper, it cracked. I thought it was only stuck in few places. I tried to lift it, but it only cracked more. I honestly panicked and moved it into a serving plate. I moved it into a serving plate and realized I needed a tool to remove it from the parchment paper. An offset spatula. I used the spatula to get underneath it to unstuck the pavlova. Here I needed to get tough, so I slide it and I got the pavlova unstuck. Tearing the parchment paper in the process. If you know or have any idea what went wrong, please feel free to leave a comment down below. Here I couldn't resist having a taste of those egg chips, and they were excellent, in case you're wondering. Next thought in my head was, could this cake be saved? The immediate thought, yes, since it will be covered with whipped cream. The thought here was this cake was not centered on the serving plate. It was again stuck and I couldn't remove it without further damaging it. So I left it as it. And started to add the cream on top and spreading it evenly. The disasters kept coming. Even while adding the cream on the top, the weight of the cream kept cracking the shells. To save this recipe, I have two options. Either to cut the pavlova and serve it with the cream and the fruits on top, or add the fruits on top of the cream and just try my luck with cutting the cake. I went with the first option. I cut myself a piece to try. And wow, the inside looks great. It should have that marshmallow texture we are looking for. And here you can see it with the piece I cut. For the fruits you can add on top of your pavlova, you can add some strawberries, blueberries and cherries. I even seen some recipe experiment with pavlova using powdered pistachios. You can try that if you like. Now I'm adding the fruits to the cake randomly. I guess I can serve that, and that's how I saved my pavlova. If you have any questions or comment, please feel free to leave them below. If you like this video, please consider giving us a thumbs up, subscribing to the channel and sharing the videos with your friend who always ends up with a disaster in the kitchen, so you can make them feel better. Thank you for watching to the end, and I will see you in the next video.